Alright, for this video forum, I looked at the State Board of Pennsylvania and the disciplinary actions were not really listed. So I looked at an article number 39 on the American Counseling Association's Vistas Online. A study was pulled of 28 states. Pennsylvania was one of them. And of the reasons for disciplinary action, they were failing to meet continuing education requirements, dual relationships, unprofessional conduct, counseling without a proper license, convicted of a non-counseling crime, failure to maintain appropriate records, unsustainability mentally or physically, defrauding insurance companies, and professional misrepresentation and violating of disciplinary board orders. Of the 28 states polled, 31% of the disciplinary orders were for failing to meet continuing education requirements. A lack of self-care or impairment can lead to a breakdown and can affect ability to do your job as a counselor. The ACA Code of Ethics says in Section C2G of impairment, it states that counselors must monitor themselves for signs of impairment and refrain from offering or providing services when impaired, and seek assistance for their problems, suspending themselves from practicing until they can safely resume their work. This reminded me of a podcast that we listened to in my intro to counseling class by producer M. Shook from 2018, titled Self-Care, Burnout, and the Way Forward, One Counselor's Inspiring Story with Jessica Smith. She calls herself a wounded healer, but says that these wounds propel people to do a better job, or us to do a better job with our counseling. She says a lot of us are susceptible to burnout, and we need to know the signs or indicators of impairment. Shame breeds secrecy, she said, so we need to share our stories to help others. She started a support group, got counseling, and came up with her own routines that fit her own belief system. We need to know that we cannot heal everything and how important it is to take care of ourselves. She says we can care about our clients, but also ourselves, and to remember that we also have our own life roles that we have to remember. A question that brings to mind for me is one of, where do we as counselors go for help, and how would one go about maybe suspending these services in instances where you don't want to lose your client base, and maybe not let your whole entire client base know the fact that you are suffering. I don't know, just so you don't lose your credibility as a counselor for certain reasons. Obviously, you don't want to lose your client base. It is your source of income. So that would be my question. Thanks.